All right, welcome back. We've made a switch. Austin Konakpan is taking his leave. Joseph Mukuzi joins us now. Joseph, let me welcome you to the show.
Yeah, always
a lot of
pleasure.
interesting matters, but
yes.
First let me welcome you.
Always a pleasure.
Yesterday was a good day for Nigeria, even though we lost, but interesting time. But I don't want to start from there. I want to start from what a lot of people find troubling. A lot of people find what we're going to talk about now puzzling, that the NFF is still insisting that the game will go on. Now you have we're talking about the game Nigeria and Congo, and as we speak, even the World Health Organization, just looking at the stats that they already have reported
deaths.
58 reported cases
confirmed
of Ebola virus. And you know, and when you hear that, some people are already saying, why should the game even go on in the first? But let's look at the case for the merits. I talked about even the WHO saying that, look, we need a week to see if we can contain this or not. And now you just threw it at me. Out of those 58 reported cases, I think 26 or 27 confirmed deaths due to. And a lot of people are asking, with all this, is it necessary to play that friendly?
You know, I mean, it's quite disturbing. You know, I think there are some things we shouldn't be careful about. We should say it clearly. As we speak, 3 patients, confirmed key patients, have just escaped the isolation ward.
Wow.
And they're out there and they're interacting with people. You know, and I know how contagious this thing is. All it takes is just for a person to sneak in. And what we have is a major issue at our hand. You know, I don't know why the authorities are bent on having this thing. If it were in the West, they would have shut it down immediately. We have to be proactive. Fine, we have reactivated the Ebola centers, and you can imagine what would have happened if the index case that we had to deal with happened in the hinterland.
In the rural
You can
areas.
imagine what would have happened. You know, so really, I really don't know the desperation behind having this friendly game, knowing fully well that we have other games coming up. I mean, it's not that we've had, why have this, what's the desperation about
Good case in point, a precedent, Morocco.
Yeah, Morocco
turned down hosting the Nations Cup because some countries from West Africa, those countries didn't even have Ebola. Those countries were just close to Sierra Leone. And they said, no. CAF gave them all assurances, FIFA, everybody. Morocco said, no, give us whatever punishment that you have. And, you know, the question on everyone's lips is, should health and safety, not take a priority over the love of the game, over the love of football?
I mean, this is very, very disturbing. I mean, I know we are looking at it from a football perspective. There are so many things we put in motion already that we cannot pull out of. Maybe we feel that we're going to beat them and it's going to help our FIFA ranking. The FIFA ranking did not help us to qualify. We qualified in spite of the FIFA ranking. So I don't know why football has to take precedence over safety
and health
and not just that. I mean, you can imagine the ramification if we have a case of this nature, and how other countries will begin to treat Nigeria and Nigerians, and the way it will have effect on so many other aspects other than football. I don't know the desperation behind this thing. We have a game coming up against, you know, that will help us gel against, you know, Czech Republic and against England. So what's the desperation in playing, you know, when we see that Ebola is already an issue here?
All right. I guess we just leave it at that. A lot of people find this troubling. And we'll see. In the days to come, we'll see what decisions will be taken. We just thought it is quite important to put this out. And hopefully the right things will be done. All right, let's leave that little matter of the friendly. So the question is to be or not to be. So we'll wait. We'll keep our fingers crossed. But let's talk about yesterday. Something that was really, really heartwarming. The guys gave a good account of themselves. And that second goal by Mohamed Usman keeps playing itself in my head.
Over again.
Some already suggest maybe we just keep these guys as our under-23 team because all of them are in that bracket.
That's what I'm saying. You know, this is the nucleus. Immediately I saw that game, we are under-23 team is setting up nicely.
And the man is the head coach.
And the man is the head coach. So, I mean, what else do we need? You look at the way they were able to gel in record time. You know, despite of the fact that it just came in a few days, you know, their cohesion, you know, the transition play, you know, and the quality of the players as well, considering the fact that they played against the, you know, European champion. And the way you look at the quality of the team of the Atletico Madrid, you realize that with the exception of a few players,
our 2 goals
were just excellent goals. Excellent goals.
Top quality.
I mean, that second goal still is a very delicious goal. Everybody stood up, and I mean,
even the guys that are on their way to Russia, everyone stood up and applauded.
I don't think we've ever seen a goal like that in a very, very long time. Super Eagles player, scored such a fantastic goal. Took the defender to the cleaners, turned him, upside down, and then just chipped the goal. The goalkeeper was bull watching. 2 excellently taken goals, against a very tough opponent as well.
Against a side reputed for having a strong
defense and very, very mean defense. Concede very, very few games. One of the top, teams in.
This was a build-up to the first goal. Kelechi Wakali.
Yeah.
I mean, beautiful. I mean, just look at it. Many yards out and Oblak that I consider
all blank.
One of the best goalkeepers.
One of the best goalkeepers
in Europe.
The other day we were reading the papers that United have their mindset of getting him.
If David De Gea leaves,
and they're quoting £100 million for him. And look at the way this young man just took him to the cleaners and just made him look as if he was just another goalkeeper. I mean, this is a great goalkeeper against a great defense, scoring such a fantastic goal. Indeed, I just love the line of production, this line that we have.
Yeah.
We should just keep them together because a lot of talks have been going around that, that is almost as if everything we are centered on the World Cup. What will happen after the World Cup?
This is just life after the World Cup.
This is life after the World Cup. This is what will happen.
No. Just let's look at this. The touches,
You can imagine.
the guys back to the ground, the keeper, everybody.
I was listening to,
this is how a goal should be.
This is how a goal should be scored. If Ronaldo has scored this goal, I mean,
we'll be celebrating.
We'll be celebrating. It will be goal of the week, CNN goal of the week or something. I was just listening to him. He said, coach in his club side told him that whenever he's in the 18-yard box, he should always take his time.
Yeah,
Don't be in a hurry, take it easy. And because at that point in time, if you stop him forcefully, it will be a penalty. And he said he has practiced it over and over again. So when he found himself in that position, he was very, very calm. And he immediately shimmied the player the first time. The player just lost, composure. And he went on and turned him on and, back and forth. And the goal, he just took it seamlessly.
The only downside,
the goalkeeper was bull watching.
The only downside, Joseph, the only downside, before we leave the matter, the only downside for me is that it's part of how good that performance was. None of them can enter the plane to Russia. That's the only downside.
No. I think if you really look at it, I think you can't integrate any of them right now.
Late.
It's too late.
Yeah.
But the most important is that we have a crop of players coming through, and we should be proud of, going ahead in future.
So the generation next is intact, and we should be happy.